who is a native of Pinellas County, whose family has deep origins in Pinellas County. Michelle Rayner, we have the honor of representing the family of Markeis McGlockton. Also with us is one of my law partners, Scott Carruthers, as well as Attorney Rayner's law partner, Kelly McKay. We also have with us, and more importantly, the family and the voice of Markeis McGlockton. We have his mother, Miss Moore, and she's here dealing with this tragedy and taking care of the funeral of Markeis McGlockton. And we have the father, Mr. Michael McGlockton, who lost his only child last Thursday in this tragedy as he protected his family. And we have Miss Brittany Jacobs, who you all saw in the video, who is the partner and the soulmate of Markeis McGlockton and the mother of his 3 children, Markeis Jr., Marlene, and Marshawn, who was only 4 months old at the time of this tragedy. We are here to demand justice for the cold-blooded murder of Markeis McGlockton by the self-appointed wannabe cop, Michael Drejka. And that's what this was. Make no mistake about it. This was a cold-blooded murder that was witnessed firsthand by Brittany Jacobs and Markeis's 3 young children. Markeis Jr., who was 5 years old, Marlene, his daughter, who was 3 years old, and Marshawn, his 4-month-old baby. They all saw it firsthand, and for the rest of their lives, they're going to have to deal with this unbelievable, traumatic episode of seeing their father gunned down in cold blood. And that's why we are here, united to demand justice. And this follows a long line of these alleged stand-your-ground murderers in the state of Florida. We know when we were all introduced to this stand-your-ground law with Trayvon Martin in Sanford, Florida. And then you had Corey Jones in West Palm Beach, Florida.
Amen.
And now you have Markeis McGlockton here in Pinellas County, Florida, where the individual is the initial aggressor, starts the confrontation, and then kills the unarmed black person and claims it's self-defense. It's still ludicrous how you can claim that you're in fear of your life, but yet you approach and start the confrontation with the individuals. And there are certainly some similarities to the Trayvon Martin tragedy. When you think about the fact that the killer and Trayvon was the initial aggressor, and the killer and Markeis McGlockton was the initial aggressor. They started the confrontation. If they would have called the police and let the police do their job, none of us would be here. In either scenario, they could have just let the police do their job. But these wannabe cops initiated the confrontation and shot and killed in cold blood these unarmed black men. And then they both were allowed to go home and sleep in their bed that night after killing unarmed black men. We have to say no. This is not justice. We will not continue to let this epidemic of being able to confront and kill unarmed black people and then say, I was just standing my ground. It was just self-defense. So we have to speak to all the leaders here, to our NAACP leaders, Ms. White, to our governmental leaders, Mr. Sean Shaw, Senator Ruslan. We have to speak to the Florida legislature, and we have to let them know clearly with a united voice that we can do better as a society. We don't have to solve all our problems by taking a gun out and shooting the person. That cannot be the solution in a moral society, in a humane society. We have to tell our Florida legislature, we understand that Florida has more gun rights laws than any other state in America. But we have very little, if any, gun responsibility laws. And if you're not gonna do anything to amend Stand Your Ground, well, at least for God's sake, have the courage to say we want gun responsibility laws where you can't have these wannabe cops like Michael Drejka go confront a woman with her babies in the back seat of the car and then kill the father as he tries to protect his family. At least have the audacity to say that we as a legislature are going to speak to this obvious miscarriage of justice. And I'll say that there is enough evidence to the State Attorney Bernie McCabe. There is enough evidence in this case to charge this murderer with a crime. When you look at these facts, I mean, and you look at all the facts, Brittany Jacobs was in the car with her 2 babies in the back seat. I mean, a 3-year-old daughter, a 4-month-old son, and a strange man comes up to her car, cursing and screaming, pointing his finger through the window, and the father comes out to try to protect his family, protect his property. He should have the right to have stand your ground. Why doesn't he get the right to have stand your ground? And then, after the killer is on the ground, he pulls the gun out. And you watch the video frame by frame. 4 seconds pass. 4 seconds pass when he takes that gun out and points it. Markeis takes 4 steps back and is turning to leave and retreat. There's a white gentleman in the video. You see, he turns and runs. He is not in fear of his life. He is not in fear. It is not reasonable for him to shoot and kill a person who is retreating. Ladies and gentlemen, in conclusion, because no doubt, Michelle, Ms. Moore, Mr. McGlockton, we have to speak truth to power. And we all know that race is a factor in this case. And just imagine if the roles were reversed and you had a black man approach a white woman sitting in the car with her 2 white toddler children in the back seat. And the white father came out to protect his family and shot this strange black man who approached their car. Does anyone doubt that he would have been arrested and taken to jail if he would not have been shot right there in the parking lot? So why is it different when there is an unarmed black person lying on the ground dead? We only want equal justice. nothing more or nothing less.